Another oil refinery is scheduled to go offline for good, further reducing the U.S.'s ability to produce gas and diesel fuels. This will spell disaster in due time. LyondellBasell Industries plans to shut its Houston oil refinery by the end of next year. But according to those familiar with the company's operations, they could close it sooner if an equipment failure hits major units. This closure will certainly increase risk of fuel shortages in the United States and keep the pressure on fuel prices, which are already sky high following economic pandemic recovery and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. LyondellBasell currently processes roughly 263,000 barrels per day. The 100-year-old refining facility can produce 89,000 barrels of gas per day and 92,600 barrels of diesel per day. According to U.S. government data, the plant is capable of producing 44,500 barrels per day of jet fuel also. But LyondellBasell has determined that exiting the refining business is the best strategic and financial path forward. The Houston, Texas refinery plans to continue to serve the fuel markets until its planned closure December 2023. At least 5 other oil processing plants shut down during the pandemic as well, leaving the U.S. critically short of capacity of gas and diesel fuel. The U.S. is expected to experience well above average hurricane activity this season. This can be potentially catastrophic, as about half of the U.S.'s refinery capacity is along the Gulf Coast. Beware. This is just a warning. This is not to spread fear. This is not to scare you, but this is to keep you educated and informed of what is going on and what could potentially occur and what we should be prepared for, especially when it comes to fuel, diesel shortages, and how it relates to transporting food and other products and necessities, and weather in general, as hurricanes can be very dangerous and cause mass chaos and panic, especially as we are already faced with food insecurities and food shortages as it is. Predatory lenders are making money off of rising gas and food prices. According to reports, there's been a recent spike in the number of people in dire need of immediate financial assistance, many of whom are desperately trying to avoid payday loans, which offer quick cash against future paychecks without a credit check and come with an interest rate typically above 500%. Rapidly increasing prices of food, fuel, and rent gives many working class poor few options for survival week to week or paycheck to paycheck. Economists say we are in significant economic trouble as we see record 40-year highs in terms of inflation and the lowest unemployment levels in nearly 50 years. Payday lenders are making hay on the backs of the poorest of Americans. Many folks are purely working to drive to work in essence. The national average for a gallon of gas is just under $5, up 61% from last year. For anyone earning minimum wage, you know the pain and costs associated with just driving to work. Avoiding these payday lenders' loans should be done if at all possible. Most borrowers often can't pay the full amount of the loan back when it comes due, typically in 2 to 4 weeks, leading them to take out a second loan with additional fees, creating a cycle of debt that is almost impossible to break. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found that nearly 1 in 4 payday loan recipients take additional loans 9 times or more. And studies show that Black and Latino communities are disproportionately targeted by providers of these high-cost loans. Companies that offer high-cost loans say they provide a needed service to low-income communities by issuing loans to Americans that traditional banks refuse to serve, and say the high interest rates are necessary because of the high risk of default. Additionally, the buy now, pay later companies are seeing their total market share grow between 200% and 350% over the last 2 years. Now companies such as Klarna and Zip are partnering with Chevron and Texaco to allow Americans to fill up their tanks now and pay in installments over 6 weeks. If you can't afford it now, you will not be able to afford it in 6 weeks, plus interest, plus fees. Just saying. Using credit programs like these buy now, pay later offers similar to Affirm and other BNPL companies for basic needs is extremely concerning. Large companies like Square and even Apple are recognizing the opportunities in the buy now, pay later consumer market and are incorporating them into their business models. Square acquired Afterpay for $29 billion in 2020, and Apple recently announced it will offer similar programs to drive product sales. Idle time, panic, and fear caused by millions forced to sit at home increased the popularity of these buy now, pay later options during the pandemic. Now that we are witnessing record inflation, price hikes, price gouging, and supply shortages, and extreme demand, expect more of these buy now, pay later options to become more readily available. I personally will be avoiding them at all costs. And there's something that, I really want to talk about here, and it's that despite what you may think or feel about the financial system and dependency on them and they, and working for this rat race and this spinning hamster wheel, as somebody put it in the comments, you can't argue and deny the fact that you have to use these tools, which money is that. It's just a tool in order to survive. Even if you decided, hey, I don't want to be a part of this, unless you choose to be homeless and pretty much just forage all your food, I don't really see how it would be possible to avoid engaging in the financial system. Going 100% digital through central bank digital currencies or through crypto, that's a whole nother subject, whole nother video topic. Using credit cards and banking accounts and debit cards and the services that they allow, again, a whole nother topic. If you want to go 100% cash, whole nother topic. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that pretty much anything and everything you need to do, and not just want, but need, is going to require money. And even if you personally say, hey, I'm 100% debt free, I owe no one. Well, that's not necessarily true, because your property taxes are going to come due every year. You can't get out of it. And continuously adding on to your burden is the U.S. government and their additional debts that they take on, that you can see on the Treasury's website, which will never be repaid ever. But at the end of the day, if you find yourself in a situation where you are in the working poor, working class, middle class, lower middle class, and you are struggling, which many of you have already reached out through email, and I am going to do my best to respond to you guys as quickly as I can. I do not give financial advice. This is not a financial advisory channel. I am not a financial advisor, but I do share with you information as I receive it, and I think that you guys can use to put yourselves and your families in better positions and make much more smarter and well-educated decisions, because I know you guys are smart. I know you're intelligent. I know some of you guys don't like it when I say that, but I'm going to keep doing it, because if you're still watching now, I know you're smart. I know you're intelligent, because you've made it this far. But I'm going to respond to you guys and gals as quickly as I can with some information, sharing some links. We may even set up a time to just chat on a phone call or something and go over a few things. But there is one major thing that's going to determine and really set you apart from surviving or perishing. And we're going to talk about that in a future video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn on your notifications so you don't miss my updates or my uploads as I post them and publish them. And we're gonna beat this. And I hope that a lot of you come out of the other side better than you went in. And I know that it's possible. I know that it's capable. I don't know exactly when, but I do know now that if we prepare for this, that we will make it and we'll be in much better positions afterwards. And, this isn't just about fear mongering. It's not about, dwelling on bad news. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's happening. You need to know what's potentially coming. You need to know what's in the planning stages. Knowing that we are faced with another oil refinery going offline permanently, December 2023, is a big sign and a big indicator for multiple reasons. Besides the obvious, we do need to talk about investing and the stock market and your portfolios and your ability to grow your wealth, or even maintain your wealth for some who are planning on retirement, as their portfolios may include some of these petroleum-based companies, these oil refinery companies, or mutual funds that include them. These will affect you somehow, some way. And I urge you not to ignore them. I urge you not to fear them or try to bring anyone else down. in the comments for wanting to have this information and this knowledge to make better educated decisions, because it's not fair to yourself, it's not fair to them, it's not fair to me, and we don't need to do that. We need to support each other, we need to uplift each other, we need to be there for one another. We are a community, we are family. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Share this video if you can. Let me know if Kevin Finance or Kevin Make Money or Kevin Investing is popping up. I've heard that it has been, as well as Kevin Prep, Kevin SHTF, Kevin Food Shortages, which, we covered those a few times. I did post a video earlier today about the email I received about the Walmart in Casper, and the shelves were completely empty, and the email mentioned Walmart food rationing. This is a very, very important subject that we have to discuss very soon, but I do want you guys to provide your take and your opinions on this in the comments of that video. So I'll put a link to that in the description below so you guys can check it out. Please do, so that we can all talk about it together and be on the same page when we do have this conversation. Maybe I'll make it a live stream, and then we can do it real time. Continue voting on the poll. I really do appreciate that, so that I kind of see where you guys want me to go, but I just want to make sure we're not leaving anybody out. So please vote on the poll as far as what's coming up, whether it be Roe v. Wade, food prices or food shortages, inflation. Let's talk about that. And I will see you guys hopefully very, very soon. I got some really good videos in the works for you. I have some interviews coming, and some things I think you guys are really going to appreciate and be helpful to you. As far as the prep goes, I know a lot of you got it, buying food, stockpiling, filling your pantry, growing food, working on your gardens, working on your homestead, farming, being self-sufficient. A lot of you got that. So, and I know there's several other channels on YouTube that are delivering great content on this, particularly the, I think City Prepping or City Prepper. I'm not 100% sure, but he goes into great detail on a lot of these different things. And the Patrick Humphrey, he's great. I think he has a farm too. And there's several others there's so many that I'm actually subscribed to most of them, or at least the ones that I've come across, because every day I actually come across a new one, which is really surprising. And not all of them are like created equal. So, you got to take that with a grain of salt, but they're bringing you a lot of the information that I think you guys need. And I'm not going to just like completely inundate you with more of the same. I'm going to try to bring you guys some more of the things that we're going to need. I think that I'm doing, that I'm prepping for, that if, like I said, this is not advice, this is not financial advice, it's nothing like that. But if you were my close friend, if you were a family member, these are the things that I would be telling you to do, or at least suggesting to you, and also offering you some insight and some aid there if you wanted to go that route. For I have already either done it or am in the process of doing it, and can help you avoid some pitfalls and streamline the process and be as effective as possible. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'm not going to keep you long. Have a good day. See you real soon, and be safe.